Today we're trying to get a balancing spool out of a Moen valve here, and I was able to unscrew the balancing spool here, but I'll show you the tools that I was able to use to easily get that loosened. So let's review that now. The first thing that I did is I took this battery operated heat gun and I warmed up the head of the spool screw head and try to break the corrosion that was in there for many years. Didn't want to overly heat it up and melt the O-rings in there, but enough to just give it a nice thermal shock. After doing that, I went over to Harbor Freight and I picked up this monster screwdriver, and I was looking for the biggest head on the end there. This is, I guess, a 3/8 by 16 inch screwdriver. So I put that in there and used that. I was able to break free the screw head with that. But notice on this screwdriver, it's got like a square rod to it. So I was planning on putting a crescent wrench or some other wrench to get some leverage on there if I had to really crank hard on the screw head. But luckily, I didn't have to do that. It just kind of popped free and this long or this wide flat head was able to not damage the screw head of the spool valve. So I've got that going. So this is the spool piece, bouncing spool piece. So basically I took that out and put some grease on those O-rings when I was going to put it back in there. But on the end here, there's a little cap. There's a little indentation you can see. If you turn this, you can see multiple indentations. But I took a little tiny screwdriver, popped that little cap off, and then inside of there, there's a little barrel that like moves back and forth. And it took me a while to put some WD-40 and other cleaners in there to kind of get that thing moving again. So I'm going to give this a try. And I also ordered a new one of these. I think it was a 1423 Moen replacement part off of Amazon for like $50 or thereabouts. So let me just put this back in here for a sec. And then on those O-rings, this is the silicone grease that I use to get those O-rings so they'll slide back in to the valve really easily. So I'm going to tighten up that spool piece right now. I should also mention before I started this job, I shut off these the hot and the cold screw heads here. You can shut off the main water source, or you could just turn those to the closed position, and then when you take this piece out, it's not going to spray water everywhere. So I am ready to try this out. This particular failure, I was getting cold water coming out, but there was no hot water. And that little piece inside of the spool that's supposed to move around in there got stuck. And so that should take care of that problem now. And I should have both hot and cold water working now. So hopefully you might find that helpful for your situation you might be getting into. Thank you.